Spot Nation fans thereof, Kid Watch Matt here, another edition of the Kid Watch Matt channel. Now, I apologize to you guys for not vlogging for about, I think, almost 3 weeks now. Reason why is because ever since I came back here from America visiting my family, which is really awesome, very long overdue, there are a few things that got me pretty pissed off and pretty depressed, and I couldn't really think of a way to vlog about them constructively. And so I just kind of left the vlogging alone until I saw a vlog from someone else the other day, guy I subscribed to, Unrested channel. Go ahead, click on the original link below. The guy's name is Scott. Oh yeah, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Scott, if you're watching this right now, your channel's going to be blown up because of me, because of my subscribers. Very influential, all 74 of them. But I love my subscribers. They've been pretty loyal to me, so I'm just like making it a joke because, you know, he has 20,000, so I'm not going to help him out at all. But anyways, Scott, he has been in Japan for 10 years. This experience is something that you would probably experience over here in Thailand, hence why I'm vlogging about it. First off, just give him a little background on Scott. Scott is one of those guys that, and Scott, if I got this information wrong, I apologize. He's like many people that first went to Japan, they got a job in English, but then they usually just go and find a job doing some certain niche. He got his niche with illustration. He's been pretty successful at it, and recently he's been, for whatever reason, he's been doing some part-time work over in a preschool, pre-kindergarten, preschool school, and because he really loves teaching that age group, God bless him, man, because many people don't, including me, and so he just wanted to go and help out the school, and there was a little situation that happened where his Japanese co-teacher came up to him and said that, oh, there's a parent that had a complaint about you. So, all right, what happened? And she said, well, one of her kids said you were being scary, and she was just saying, hey, wanted me to tell you that and just not to do it again. It's like, okay, what was I doing to be scary? And she said, no, she didn't really tell me, but you know, she just said not for you not to do it again, and you know, blah blah blah. And so here are a few things, and I guarantee you this kind of thing could happen to you here in Thailand, but here's 2 things you got to take out of it. And I also want to let you guys know, Scott already knows this stuff. I'm not trying to educate Scott. So first off, there is a, just like in Japan, here in Thailand, they always respect levels of authority. Like, for example, with the company that I work with, I don't work directly with my school, but there are 3 teachers from my company to teach conversational English and 1 Thai representative of the company. So for example, if someone from the school comes to me and says, hey, Mr. Matthew, go ahead, here's something I want you to do, and, oh, okay, cool, thank you very much. And then I would go to the Thai representative of my company and say, hey, I was just given this, and could you call the office to see if I'm contractually obligated to do this? And so she'd just give the office a call, and if, for the sake of argument, say no, it's not contractually obligated to do it. So she would go to that person and say, yeah, Mr. Matthew does appreciate you asking him to do this, but he's not obligated to do it, so I apologize. Oh, okay, all right, no problem. And that's it. And so basically that's respecting levels of authority. What people do is they would go to a higher up, or like another example, say if, like in the case of Scott's, if a parent has a complaint about you as a teacher, they're not going to go to you directly, they're going to go to or just they want to report something about you, whether it's good or bad, they're not going to go to you directly, they're going to go to the supervisor. They're not doing that to disrespect you, they're doing that to respect the supervisor's authority. But the teacher, the co-teacher that Scott was with, excuse me, even though she's not an authority figure, because both of them are equals at the same time, if you have a co-teacher, and all in Thailand, and I'm sure it's this way in Japan as well, even though you guys are on the same grounds, another Thai or just another Japanese person is going to look at, you know, your co-teacher as an authority figure. It's going to happen. It just don't make a big deal about it. And So that's the first thing that you should expect. There's always going to be your levels of authority. The second thing you have to expect is the other thing where he said he wanted to sit down with, he really wants to, and he knew it wasn't going to be able to happen, sit down with the teacher, or excuse me, sit down with the parent and just say, like, okay, hey, I apologize for being scared of your child. Can you tell me what I did so we could just talk and discuss this and just avoid this this happening again. That is going to be seen as confrontational. In a lot of parts of Asia, they don't like confrontation. They just don't. So they're just going to kind of drop you hints and things like that, and they're not going to really get specific with if they're mad at you about anything. Like that in Japan, he was told that, oh yeah, you're being scary, but never gave any specific explanation. Same sort of thing is going to happen here in Thailand if a parent, has some sort of silly problem with you one way or another, and it's not going to be a big deal. It's going to suck because you're going to want to know what happened, what I do, and they're not going to want to tell you. Plus, that's going to be seen as aggressive if you just even simply, like as I was commonly saying, just want to sit down, or you just walk up to this teacher and say, or excuse me, parent and say, hey, I apologize for being scary to your child. Can we take a few minutes to talk just so I can resolve this problem? That's going to be very aggressive and confrontational. You won't be able to do anything like that. So, such is the life of a teacher in Japan and in Thailand. And also, one more thing before I go, I also... Scott's video also gave me a good laugh because I remembered a story from of me being scary, of me scaring children from another job that I had in college. And I'm just going to make that as a separate video because this video is going on a little too long. So that's my video. Go ahead, if you have any comments, questions, accusations, go ahead and put them in the subscription below. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, like this video, subscribe. Help me out. I want 20,000 subscribers just like Scott. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. Gotta watch Matt sign off. See ya!